before we even start talking, my introduction to you was the same way I was introduced to Richard Pryor as a child. So as you were getting closer to come on, the emotions started to come up. You're a big part of my childhood.
Great.
You know, when I was 15, the word on the street was, if you don't have Led Zeppelin 2 at your house, like if I walked into your house, you invited me in, and I go, hey, well, you want a beer? You want to get high? Yeah, let's pick a record. And I go through your thing, and I don't see Led Zeppelin 2. I walk out of your house. There was one point in life where we walked into your house, and you didn't have Big Bamboo. We couldn't hang out with you. We couldn't hang out with you. We couldn't hang out with you. Like, where's Big Bamboo? My mother didn't give me the money yet. Listen, call me when your mom gives you the money. Because you ain't that fucking, you ain't shit, bitch. If you didn't have that big fucking thing, you know, I started smoking pot maybe 1975. I kept it in the closet.
Yeah.
I was like a gay guy on Beverly Boulevard. Like, I wasn't ready for Santa Monica yet. And I was like, I wasn't letting nobody know I got high. And the first album I listened to that guy, you know, I'm Cuban born.
Sure.
Catholic raised.
Yeah.
And then, but let's back it up a little bit. Before I even got high, I had a sister, I went to Catholic boarding school, and the nuns used to beat us. And one day, some kid brought in a fucking album, and we put it on during class. And it was
Sister Mary Elephant.
Sister Mary Elephant. You know, shut up. So our goal in those days was to go in and torture the nuns the same way those kids were torturing the Sister Mary Elephant. So that was the first beginning of it. You know, who are these guys? Cheech and Chong, blah, blah, blah. You know, some kid had the album from the Bronx, and then Big Bamboo. And I had Big Bamboo and Los Cochinos.
Sure.
And one of my all-time favorites, because my mother had a bar. Mm-hmm. So my mother, they talked about drugs and tecata in the house and, you know, reefer and shit. Yeah. Fucking how to make a drug deal or let's make a drug deal. Like, I will never forget that. These are, you know, it's like I don't forget Richard Pryor, Nigga Meets Wino. Yeah. Wino meets Dracula. You know, those bits, they'll be in my mind forever. Sister Mary Elephant will be in my mind forever. Yeah. And Let's Make a Dope Deal, because it was like a spoof on Let's Make a Deal. Yeah. Fucking, you know. So I just want to start with that. Sure. I still remember going to Jersey City on a Saturday and doing microdot acid and seeing Up in Smoke with 29 kids in a movie theater and losing your mind when they made the truck out of marijuana and shit, and the muffler started burning it, and all the security guards were fucking high. You know, this was just, that was our life. Yeah. Was coming to see you, watch you, and then I'm sure you were one of the motivators in us smoking dope. I'm not going to blame it on you. Like, Judas Priest made me kill myself. Go fuck yourself, all right? Judas Priest didn't hang your kid, you dumb fuck. You did.
Well, we used to say, you know, when they came down on us, you know, we'd be on radio stations. You know, they would be, you know, how do you feel, you know, turning all these kids on to drugs and that? And so my thing was, in fact, I said, what if we're right? What if what we were doing back then was the right thing to do? And it turned out to be the right thing. And so now that it's legal, man, it's like, you know, Cheech and I both walk around like, yeah, we did it, man. You know, it's legal. And it should be because it's healthy. Yeah.
It's just another day in paradise with marijuana.
Yeah, it is.
Especially if you've done the spectrum of drugs. Like I was an asshole growing up. I was a criminal, so I did the spectrum of drugs.
What kind of crime?
I was a fucking petty thief, coke dealer. You know, I did whatever. My mom died, and I lost faith in the system. I lost faith in myself, and I just did anything I could do to.
Was this in Jersey?
In Jersey, New York City area, yeah. And
well, that's what you do.
And you know, you break down and you just do shit. And one day I got in trouble, and did I learn my lesson? Fuck no. You know, I came out and kept fucking around. But,
well, you found out how to get into the best prisons.
Yeah. Well, you find that it's funny. The guy that got me into the best prison died 2 weeks ago. I got the email last week. I went to him before I got locked up because him and I had similar crimes. So I went to him, and he goes, I'll make calls for you. So when I got the diagnostic, I already had an in.
Oh, yeah.
And that's very important. As soon as I got the diagnostic, they said, ask for this certain guy, tell him Ed K-Bass sent you, God rest his soul. And, you know, I had the best slippers.
Well, yeah, same as me. When they were going to put me in, the word went out, you know, and I'm such a celebrity with everybody in the system, in the prison system.
Yeah, I can just imagine.
And so when I got there, it was like a royal greeting. You know, everybody lined up outside the prison, and how are you doing, Mr. Chong? And they said, for tradition or whatever it is, legally they have to handcuff me to walk into the door. And then once I'm in the door, they take off the handcuffs. It's just symbolic. Because actually they let me, what do you call it?
Surrender?
Self-surrender, yeah. And so Vanity Fair sent me a writer and a limo to take me from my house to prison. And so we rode out to prison in a limousine, got stopped by the cops for speeding. And the driver said, we got Tommy Chong going to prison. The guy said, okay, go ahead. You know, no ticket, just get him into jail. And when I got there, when they processed me in, they had me. There was two prisons. There's the main joint in the front of the prison, and I was in the camp at the back. And so when you go through the front door, you know, it's a real lockdown. The official language in that prison was Spanish, so it was a tough prison. Behind there was the camp, and it was full of celebrities and lawyers and doctors and white collar people. And so the guy that had to drive me there, as soon as I got in the truck, in the pickup truck, he pulls out a Cheech and Chong album. He says, "Will you sign this for me?" And then when I got in the joint, I was greeted, and the first guy who would greet me was a little Spanish guy named Tony, and he goes, "Hey, come on, I got some hand-picked Dickies, you know, the uniform you have to wear." He had some antique Dickies that they were saving. You know, he's a clothes guy, and so I got these. I had a beautiful uniform. It was crazy, man. And all I did when I was there, besides go to school, I went to school. I had free reign, basically. And the only thing I really started doing the minute I walked in was take pictures with the inmates. And then the visiting thing filled up because they heard I was there. And so it was like a meet and greet every Sunday. And then they said, okay, no more pictures.
We're going in like fucking Marines, you understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.